Oh, it'll be wonderful if this thing works the way it's supposed to. I've actually got a request in for a new laptop because this thing is lagging too bad. A 47, I don't know if when I was your age, if I would have been able to realize this or not, but this thing actually factors, which makes it way easier. Both pieces of the numerator contain an x, so I can factor it, and I would have y, my x times y minus z. Over, both pieces of the denominator contain a 3 times y minus z. I wish kids understood factoring better than you do. And again, we're still less than 0. Now, the reason I did this is because this throws all of this stuff away. And I'm able to do this because all they care about are the values of x. So here's my inequality. X over 3 is less than 0. And this thing is very solvable, unless I'm still having some major issues here, by just 3ing both sides. If you happen to know Mr. Couples, our new directors of school, please let him know that I need a new laptop, because I need to not lag. 3's cancel, and I know that x must be less than 0, because 0 times 3 is still 0. This is all negative numbers. So it's an easy problem. Let me pause this real quick and see if there's anything else I can do to my laptop to try and get it a little bit faster. All right, so I closed some stuff down. Maybe it'll work better. We'll find out. I don't have much faith in it. Moving on to 48. The perimeter of a square is 36 units. So, yeah. So annoying. Now, perimeter is the distance around, and squares by definition have 4 congruent sides. So I think in my head, 36 divided by 4 is 9. I know that each side must be 9. Now they want to know the length of a diagonal. So what I do is I can do this one of two ways. I can do a little Pythagorean theorem, which is probably what most kids should do, even though it takes too long. 9 squared plus 9 squared is, and we'll just call it D, because it's the diagonal, D squared. And that gives me 81 plus 81. Now normally I'd figure out what 81 plus 81 is, but it's just two 81s. Now the opposite of a square is going to be a square root. And the square root of 81 is 9. So 9 root 2 is my diagonal. Well, this taking like it is making me not want to do this. Boy, I should already be out of here on my way home. Now, there was another way of doing this, and it's quicker, but my junior class just doesn't want to memorize. Miss, well, I don't want to say the teacher's name, but because not everybody watches these videos necessarily had her, but Miss Cantrell taught you 45-45-90 theorem. It says x, x, x root 2. I mean, look at it. I know that's a 45, 45, 90. I know it is because it followed that pattern. All right, moving on to 49. What is the equation of the circle in a standard xy coordinate plane that has a radius of 4 units and the same center as the circle determined by x squared plus y squared minus 6y plus 4 equals 0? Oh boy, it'd be really, really nice if you guys had a little bit of pre-calculus in you, but you don't. Yeah, this is a senior test. X squared, here's the equation they gave us, plus y squared minus 6y, and they've pulled complete the square from your state standards, equals -4. Now I want you to notice that I shifted this over. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take half of the -6. It's going to give me -3. I'm going to turn around and square that and get 9. And I'm going to add it here, and I'm going to add it here. This factors as y minus 3 squared. And it equals, apparently, 7. That's supposed to be a -4, isn't it? It equals 5. All right. So why did I do all this? I did this because the standard form of a circle is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equal to the radius squared. So its center, I'm trying to write, kids, I am, is equal to 0 here and 3 here. Now, I want to know the equation of a circle that has a radius of 4. This is all going to match, okay? No, it has to be D. It has to be this one. The radius goes at the end, and 4 squared is 16. But if I could actually use my technology here, that has to be the same, because it has to have the same exact center. And that one has a center at 0, 3. All right, moving on to 50. The rectangular kitchen is 8 feet longer than it is wide. Its area is 240 square feet. How long in feet is it? When I taught geometry, if a kid wouldn't draw, a kid wouldn't pass. Now, it has some width W, and its length is going to be W plus 8, because it says 8 feet longer than it is wide. Area of a rectangle is length times width. The area is known to be 240, and it must equal this width times W plus 8. Congratulations, you're in Algebra 2 now. 240 equals w squared plus 8w. Let's move our 240 over. And now we're going to factor. To get to a 240, I guess you need 12 and 20. Probably plus 20. And minus 12. So your two widths are either negative 20, which is extraneous, or your width is 12. Oh, this is annoying. Now it says 8 feet longer than wide. So I need to do 12 plus 20. Or sorry, 12 plus 8. There we go. She's 20 all day long. '51. What is the slope of a line that is parallel to the line determined by the equation 5x minus 4y equals 8? Oh, my Lord. I heard your former geometry teacher here complaining how her current students had no idea what perpendicular and parallel meant. Parallel has always meant same slope. It's funny how it works sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. So I'm going to make this thing look like y equals mx plus b. Because unless you lived under a rock, you know that this is your slope. So I'm actually going to cheat a little bit and put this over here. And put this over here. 5x minus 8 equals 4y. And then I'm going to divide by 4. And I'm struggling here to write. But my slope is 5 over 4. Again, please tell administration that I need a better laptop. All right, 52. If 3 to the 8x equals 81 to the 3x minus 2, what is the value of x? So there's a little theorem out here, and I think I'll have better luck just typing. It says if x to the a is equal to x to the b, then a is equal to b, because they have to be. So here's what I do. I am going to rewrite 81, or sorry, yeah, the 81 on the right as a power of 3. Now I know that 81 is 3 to the 4th power. 3 to the 4th is 81. And there's already, up in that exponential space, a 3x minus 2. See what I've done is I've made these bases match. Because the bases match, 8x must be equal to 4 times 3x minus 2. That'll give me 8x equals 12x minus 8. And shifting things around, I'll move the 8 to the right. 12x minus 8x is 4x. and I have an x value of 2, which would be choice H. And that painful experience is finally over on my end. I am very sorry it took so long, but it did.